Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oblivion. So it's been, I don't know how long it's been. It's been a little while since we did our last episode. Uh, Maybe it's been 2 weeks. Oh, maybe it's only been 2 weeks. Maybe we're on a normal schedule for once. Uh, so if you were with us last time, we had a little interlude where Ollenius was off camera doing some other things, talking with his folks and asking around, and then the remaining three of us went around Cloudforth trying to find some more information about our dreams and the things that have been happening. So our big meeting that we had was with Belathan, a Triton who lived in Cloudforth and knew a whole lot of history about Asalia. And we found out a few things. We found out that me and Stavid are sort of the inverse of normal Asalians in terms of like our magical glow. And there was somebody who the Triton met a while ago, 24 years ago. Yeah. Who described herself that same way, and then she disappeared. So there's not much information about her, but she said she was from Thrintra, which is an interesting bit of information. And then I don't really remember what Kater was doing. Did Kater?
Before we went to Belathan?
Yeah. Kater said something.
He had met with Agnes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
To discuss whatever needs she needs. And he didn't really understand. He kept kind of trying to signal, like, do you want me to kill somebody? And she said, no. I think she finally got, no, you don't need to kill anybody. Just job might come up and it's mutually beneficial, et cetera, et cetera. So he's, I guess, getting recruited for the underground, or the not Thieves Guild, because we don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And also I assured some officials that wherever Ollenius was, he was definitely not leaving Cloudforth, because he wouldn't do that. There's no way he would leave Cloudforth. So he was absolutely still around. Just he was, off doing something else, and we were doing this. So everything is fine.
Yep.
And I'm just, I assume that's true. And if it's not, well, we'll see.
That is true.
Oh, good. See, I wasn't lying.
You didn't lie to anybody.
I knew I wasn't lying. All along, I knew.
Mostly didn't leave Cloudforth at all.
Yep. So yeah, I think we're.
I don't think that I did leave Cloudforth. But maybe.
Well, I think it was pretty clear that you hadn't, from whatever I said. So yeah, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as we pick up tonight, we're all coming back together after sort of doing our own small investigations into whatever might be going on and seeing if we can figure out where to go next.
Mm-hmm. So, well, actually, yeah.
Do
what?
This is a whole book that we wrote.
What you mean?
Yeah, there's a novella.
I just was reading back through the thing.
There's a secret novella of Ollenius's exploits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, it was much more of the book because it was all by text message. So it was
yeah.
It was a lot of But I think what we'll pick up actually is so as y'all leaving y'all leave Belathan's and y'all were actually going to head to the Church of Selune because Stavid had been there earlier, and they said, this would really be better if you come back with everybody involved. And so Stavid, yeah, good point. But then, you also are like, Selune probably actually operates better in the evening hours or night when it's, there's a moon and stuff like that. So they recommended, maybe coming back in an evening when you have, the whole band back together. So you're walking out and you're like, well, it's still it might be lunchtime, because it was kind of a mid to late morning meeting you had with Belfa, and you were there for a couple hours because she spent a good amount of time searching for that document about this Elodie Everstrong, or the information she had on her. So it's probably getting close to lunch. And as you're walking out, and you're like, well, where are we heading? Keldrin, Malignant, looks over at you, and you see like just kind of the way he's standing, and you see him kind of reach like underneath, like some part of his natural armor, and he like pulls out this piece of paper that's kind of like all sweaty and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, is it still morning?"
Well, it's close enough to morning. Yes, it's still basically
Good.
morning, more or less. Why do you ask?
Good. I don't want what's his name? Hold on. What's the tulip guy's name?
Oh, I probably have.
Chico. I don't want Chico to stop giving free drinks. And he hands you the paper.
Free drinks. I'm gonna look at the
Yes,
paper.
he said, give this to Keldrin when you see him in the morning, and I'm still seeing you in the morning.
Oh, yes. I mean that phrase is just sort of like when you see them next. It doesn't necessarily have to be morning. It will be fine.
Oh.
Usually people
Okay.
assume that you'll see someone in the morning. Don't worry about it. Free drinks, though, you say. So yeah, what does this paper say?
I'm just referencing, Yeah. So yeah, you unfurl it. It's like it's a little grimy now, a little sweaty,
Yeah, well.
a little, but you unfurl it. And
Sort of pulled it by the corners.
Mike, what does it say?
I thought I picked that back up.
You haven't got there yet.
Oh,
Yeah. What did it say?
looking.
I don't know if you ever specifically had put it into quotes or anything, unless it was months ago in our conversation. At which point, but I don't. Yeah, I think I knew the gist of what it said, but
It said that I had gone to to 7 can cola walk.
okay. So you're gonna okay. Because all I had was you said I'm gonna write a note I can pass off at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
to get a message to Keldrin.
This is the only person who I know, like that I knew would be in a certain spot.
Right. But yeah, I didn't know what you had put on it. So what did you specifically put in the note?
I would have said, Keldrin, I've been called to a meeting I don't know the nature of at 7 Kincola Walk in Cloudforth. If you're receiving this note, then that means I haven't been able to pick it up yet. I left it at
Fine tulip.
time, middle of the night.
Yeah, middle of, yeah. I think it said it was about midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Apparently, Ollenius has been summoned to some sort of mysterious meeting here in Cloudforth, and left a note about it that said if I receive this note, then he hasn't returned, I guess, from the meeting.
Maybe it's a cult.
It might be a cult. It might be a secret cult meeting.
So we're to assume he's in trouble?
It doesn't really say that he was in trouble. He just didn't know what the meeting was about and had been summoned there. Although if it's been going on for this long, he might be in trouble.
He said something about if he didn't return, like,
Yes, if he didn't return to pick up this note before it got to me, then he was probably still at this address that I don't. Can I think of, like, do I know what's there off the top of my head, like knowing that address?
It doesn't stand out to you, but you're pretty sure Kater knows where it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
with
7
my
Cancun
city
away.
streets urchinness.
I don't
Yeah.
know where.
What is in that area?
It is kind of just like a
District.
it's just sort of I mean, it's a regular part of town. I mean, there's nothing over there that really stands out. It's just got some normal sized houses, if you will. It's the main drag that I've so far named the Lane of Remembrance. It's just a few blocks off the Lane of Remembrance. And yeah, otherwise, like, you can't think of anything over there that's, like, you know, that stands out as any kind of thing. Right.
You want to go?
Guess we should probably at least go see if we can see what's going on, and if it appears that Ollenius is still there, which I imagine he must be. I hope nothing bad has happened.
Come on!
Yes, he
starts heading away and taking the right alleys to get there quickly.
And
I'm just sort of like, as we start to walk, just sort of flipping the paper around, seeing if I'm making sure I didn't miss anything. And then I'll just
unless Ollenius coded a secret message in there, I don't think so.
He didn't.
Okay.
Or we wrote more on the back.
And as you, like,
Sniff
you
it.
head and you start taking,
Does it smell funny?
it kind of smells like malignant at this point, but
Fold it up and find somewhere to put it where I won't be touching anything else.
right. As you start heading down and you take an alley, an alley, and you go this way, like malignant, like, taps you on the shoulder, Keldrin, and tulips that way.
Yes, so this note was left at the tulip by Ollenius, telling us that he is at a meeting somewhere else, which is actually down this way. So I think we're going to stop there first and then go to the tulip. I say in Draconic.
Okay.
I don't think Ollenius is in
so
trouble.
you start heading that way.
I hope everything should be fine. It's nothing to worry about, hopefully.
You see him reach down to where the tangerine still hangs at his belt, and he kind of makes sure it's there.
Yeah, have it ready.
He
Never
nods. Yeah. So as you're heading that way, Ollenius, your meeting has concluded, and as you emerge from where you emerged from, you notice that it is well past dawn. It is getting on in the morning, which you didn't think you were there that long, but there were a lot of stairs. So maybe you climbed the stairs for a really long time. And yeah, you being an elf, you can survive without sleep. But yeah, you do feel a little tired just from being up all night and somehow missing your trance period for the day. Yeah. But I think we had kind of finished the conversation and everything going on there, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you emerge, and again, you see that much brighter out here than you expected it to be. And as you start heading wherever you're heading, at some point along the way, you will run into the four of them. We'll say as they turn onto Concola Way, which is a little quiet little street, like I said, and it's not a main street by any means. It's like a street off a street off a street off a street. But so as you start to turn on it, you see Ollenius is like right there at the head. So you kind of run into each other on the street here.
So,
Ollenius. Cool.
How late in the day is it?
Well, it's nearly sometime.
It's getting close to lunchtime. So
yeah, it's almost
in the 11th hour at some point.
Yeah, I mean it's
11. Yeah,
getting close to noon. It's almost time for lunch.
Fascinating.
Have you been there since you wrote this note?
Yeah. I was just going back to pick it up. I figured it was still morning, but I was surprised that it was morning. I thought it would still be the middle of the night. It didn't seem like that much time had gone by. But I guess time works differently there.
Inside. In where? Where were you exactly?
I am not sure.
I mean, you gave me the address.
Yeah. But I was in the presence of gods. Well, not gods themselves, but like their avatars, but still. Something is happening here. This isn't the place to talk about it.
Ah, right. Yes. Somewhere less open.
Yes.
The tulip.
Wonderful suggestion.
It says in your voice.
Yeah.
And Malignant, actually, when you say tulip, like turns. He seems to recognize that word now. He nods his head.
Yes, the tulip. Some lunch, some drinks. And we should hear the tale of where you've been. We've also discovered a few things that are somewhat strange.
Really?
Yes. We met with a Triton historian.
Really?
Yes. It was quite
At the
helpful.
library?
Where were we? We were at her house, weren't we?
Yeah, we were at her mansion, house, estate, whatever it is.
No, she has quite a large estate here in town. It's tomes and tomes of history of all of Asalia. She knows quite a bit.
Interesting.
We have something we can talk about more in a private booth, the Tulip.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause worry with the note, but I didn't know what was happening.
So,
And it seemed like it could be a trap.
someone just called you to this meeting and didn't inform you on what exactly it would be?
I do get a note under the door or something.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
under the door. You got a note somehow.
I got a note was given to me.
Oh yeah, it was slid under your door. Yep.
Yeah. The note was slipped underneath my door at the inn.
Interesting. Anyway, I'm famished.
Yeah,
And also
this
very
is all-
curious. I'll start walking.
You head back.
I'll start walking
Yeah.
toward the tulip.
So you make it back to the tulip for a little lunch. Just up a nice secluded part of the
Can we have
plane of the
that table, please? Yes.
Oh,
Thank.
Of course.
Tip a little extra. You know.
And of course, it's the lunch crowd, so it's a little busier than it normally would be, but
That's good. A little noise to cover things up. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yes, would you like to hear about our time with Belathin, or do you want to tell us about your strange meeting with the avatars?
I think we need to hear his story first.
It does seem like a better story, doesn't it?
So I was passed a note, and I wasn't sure what to make of it, but it had the symbol of Helm on it. So I thought that it would be safe. So I took the note and left you the note and went to the house. Inside the house is more than it appears. It has passages. It's larger than it looks on the inside. But it had a circle, and it was a magic circle, and at the bottom of it was what I later found was the avatar of Helm himself. And he led me up, he conjured a staircase, a spiral staircase that went up. And that staircase went up for a good deal of time. And then that must be why it took all night.
It wasn't spiral, by the way.
It was not a spiral staircase?
It wasn't spiral. It was just straight up the whole time.
Oh, in my head, it had been a spiral staircase because it was a circle.
If I use those words, I'm sorry. No, it was just like straight up.
Oh, that's.
You were going up into the sky, or were you still inside of a building? Like what?
I was going up through a space, but it was neither the sky nor the building.
What?
Did it have walls like a passageway?
No.
Or was it just sort of open? I pictured it being open.
Yeah, open stair, no railings. Yeah, probably two abreast could walk side by side if they'd wanted to. So
it was just a staircase into nothingness?
Yes.
Was it light or dark?
Neither. It was just sort of a dimness. But when you looked out, then you didn't see anything. I followed that staircase for a very long time.
Must have been unnerving to climb all those stairs surrounded by nothingness.
The helm was in front of me.
I also find that unnerving. Maybe that's just me.
It would have been unnerving if not for my guide.
Sorry, I'm focusing on the wrong details. Let's continue.
No, I mean, it's fascinating.
So when we got to the top, then he wasn't leading me anymore, but he was inside the room that I was walking into. He was there, and the avatar of Selune was there, and the avatar of Chantia was there.
Sorry, who was that last one?
The goddess of the harvest and nature, Chantia.
Yeah, exactly.
She is the goddess that the cleric that we saved follows. She is one of the deities of life that empowers me to do the things that I'm able to do. Those three are the three deities of life that empower me. And it was interesting that they were the three that were there. Maybe that's why they were there, or maybe that's why I was there.
Just because he's talking about it.
Yeah, that helps me. I don't. My religious knowledge is limited. So Shantia, Selune, and Helm.
Yes.
Shantia.
So in that room that I followed them to, oh, it was a spiral staircase down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you originally came into the room.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, I skipped that part. So Selune, Helm, and Chantia were managing or thwarting or fighting. I'm not sure what the word is, but there's shadows that were trying to get into the chamber, and they were keeping them out. They're managing these barriers that are keeping these shadows from being able to enter the chamber. And they were talking about the shadow creatures and the threats that they pose. And they mentioned one darkness that they had fought for millennia, but one that's new. And that we are the ones that are able to stop this, whatever it is that they're guarding against.
When you say we, you mean like the three of them?
No. Helm pointed his gauntleted finger at me and said, "You and those that are like you." And so when I say we, I mean us.
Do you think that that kind of, the darkness you talked about, that's Shar, I think. Maybe.
I also thought that it could be Shar.
If it goes with my dream, Shar talks about a darkness that's unlike hers.
Shar talks about a darkness unlike hers?
Well, I'm not sure it's Shar, but I tried to do some investigating and about the dream and ask questions about it, and I guess that was one suggestion that might be, and the voice that's talking to me seems like a deity or an avatar or something like that, and she said, this darkness, I phrase it properly, but I quote it, but she said to me,
Shar said to you.
Well, I think it might be Shar because it was terrible. She said to me, like, it was pure darkness in my dream, and she said, you may believe this hideous, but my darkness is not nearly so ruinous as what is to come. And then when we saw that darkness, what did I guess I said it. When we saw that darkness in our shared kind of dream vision, um, it seemed different. It wasn't the darkness I had seen. It was different, less destructive. So
Less destructive?
I mean, I don't know. There's different darknesses. They're different.
There seem to be two darknesses
Yeah.
that they were fighting against. They also mentioned her. They said that if you find her, you will destroy us. But if we do not find her, then we will be destroyed. Sorry, they said if you find her, you will destroy us. If you do not, we will be destroyed. And so Helm was talking about himself and the others.
So
Say that one more time, please.
Helm said, well, looking at me, that if you find her, you will destroy us. Helm said that if I find her, or more specifically, if we find her, then we will destroy Helm and Selune and Shantia's avatars, perhaps.
Okay.
But if we do not find her, then they will be destroyed.
But they didn't say by who.
They did not offer more than that. No.
So they seem to believe they're going to be destroyed regardless.
They seem to think that they will be destroyed, but if we do it, or if they do it without us, I think that one's worse than the other.
which I suppose
But I
would
don't know.
explain the two parts of art. I mean, both
Yeah.
wanting to find her and not wanting to find her.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to trust my dream if it is Shar, an avatar of Shar, who's talking to me.
And your dream said to not find her?
To find her.
To find her?
Yes, our dream said to find her,
My dream said not to find her.
as well as.
But it was told to me
Terrace.
by the beetle person.
Right.
Who talked to you? Keldrin? His voice?
It was let me make sure. I think I remember it right. I think it was
Malignant.
I'll give him an awkward look.
Yeah. right. Yeah. Yeah, but he was like dying.
Interesting.
You okay?
Oh yes, just a little dry spot in my throat. I wonder if this other darkness, this one that is worse, or what the one that's, I don't know, more dangerous is the thing that Belethin was thinking about, the thing that's awakening.
Or the thing that causes the vanishing to happen. The blankness. It's only been around for a few hundred years, which would be a very short amount of time in the lifespan of these avatars.
Yes. Although, I don't know, I got the sense from Belethin that this awakening had not yet happened, or was just beginning to happen, or about to happen. She talked about, and so we told her about our dreams, and she talked about the vortex, the symbolism of the vortex being a symbol of something awakening that even aboleths would fear, was the way she put it.
What's an aboleth?
Some terrible creature of the depths.
Hmm.
Some
Yeah, Mike, you can make an Arcana roll if you want to roll for it.
immensely powerful being.
Apparently, Stavid was reading the Forbidden Works, and he was the one who apparently knew about Aboleth.
Yep.
15.
Is that right? Did I roll out of my mind for that?
Yeah.
Least
Because
likely.
remember, your research roll was just
garbage.
crap on 3 rolls, but then your when you got to the talk with Bellathan and you had to make like a couple different rolls, you were like making all those.
That's because I guess I got sidetracked in my research and was just reading all about Aboleth.
Right.
That's what's doing it.
Yeah.
That happens.
But yeah, so I like that Aboleth is with a 15, yeah, because that was kind of the same number I think around that Stavi got. They're creatures of the depths, sometimes underdark, sometimes it's the deepest oceans, that are in legend said to be older than the gods, and they're like giant, I don't know, real ugly fish things. Yeah. So, yeah. So when they say Aboleth, that's just kind of what comes to a hazy memory of, or a hazy knowledge of that, and whatever else is revealed here. Didn't mean to interrupt. I know. Sorry, Josh. I know your Keldrin was saying something about it.
That was basically scary creature from the depths. Yes, Bellathan was going to try to find out more for us, but needed some time.
Needed some time?
Yes, there were things that were... Did she say she had to go talk to somebody? That's what was right. Yeah, she had to talk to another of her people to get more information.
Yeah, she was saying something like, it looks like I may need to take another holiday and return home, and she didn't seem all that excited by it, but so that's where she felt like she could get the most information at least out of this part of the conversation.
Yeah, she didn't have quite all the things she needed here in Cloudforth. She was going to make the journey back home. So yes, we didn't talk to any avatars of gods or anything like that. Just a Triton who was still quite helpful. Knew a lot. Fortunately, no terrible shadowy creatures of staircases into nowhere. But she did realize that these all Assalians, we have our Yetin, this certain aura about us. But Stavid and I are, the inverse. Somehow, as Valignant attempted to draw on the ground for us, but we aren't the only ones. She met someone 24 years ago, Elodie Everstrong, who had the same kind of inverse aura that we have, and she met her once. Elodie disappeared. Belethin believed it was not actually meant to be. It was just, happenstance. And Elodie, said she was from Thrintra, oddly enough, but that she couldn't stay. And she was already outcast. She was hunted because of her aura being the way it was. But she's the only other person that Belethin could recall being described the same way as Stavid and I. That's kind of strange. I don't know much about Thrintra, really, and I've never heard of this Elodie Everstrong.
In 24 years, she's never seen somebody with an inverted aura, and then she sees two of them in the same room.
Yes. I think she did find it quite strange.
Now, remember, she didn't actually see it. She couldn't see it. She was going by what y'all told her.
Yes.
So just
and that, yes, I mean, she could not sense it, but that was the way Elodie described herself, and we discovered it from whoever that
Shiars.
Yeah, Shiars. Before we got off the ship.
But Kater does not have an inverted aura?
Just me and Stavid, somehow.
So
Again,
it's not like all of us do.
we're the two that are told the Seeker as well. So something's up there.
You're called the Seeker?
Well, to seek her.
Yeah, in our dreams.
You're instructed.
We were instructed to seek her, find her. And that she can help us in some way. At least that's what I was told in mine.
Well, I did also swing by the Temple of Selune and talk to the high priestess there, and she mentioned she might be able to help us figure some of this out. I kind of described a little bit of our dreams and so on, but she thought it would be best if we all went in person. If you're up for doing that, I thought we'd go by this evening. Take that as no objections.
Oh, no.
I think the evening is a good time to meet with the priestess of Selune.
She did seem disturbed by what I was saying, which is always...
She did?
Yeah. They did not like hearing some of what I described. So, whatever that's worth, that's what we're looking at.
I know that it's midday, but I need to rest for a couple of hours. If I may take leave now, then we'd be able to convene in the evening.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, because you only need 4 hours. Is that what it is? Yeah. So I mean, you easily have that time before the evening.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of time. I just need any time.
Right. A little thunder. All right. So we're gonna do anything else for the afternoon before the evening besides taking a little rest?
I don't think anything on my end, nothing of note.
Regular
Regular stuff.
Okay.
training.
Andrew, I assume you remember. I just want to remind you, you had a note left.
Yeah.
I know at some point, but I don't know if that was on your agenda for today or, you know.
I had the note. I don't know. I think I'm avoiding him today.
Okay.
I'm avoiding talking to him. I don't know. I'm not heeding the warning at the moment. But I will probably go talk to him.
At some point. Okay. Yeah. I want to make sure you.
Yeah. No. I'll do my meditation privately, and Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So you pass the afternoon whatever way you normally do such things. And yeah, it gets to what you would consider to be a reasonable hour to go to the church of Selune. And it is Selune. Apparently I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. I looked it up. Maybe in Vorla it is just Saloon. Maybe they dropped the A part at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be whatever they want.
Yeah, that's a good point. Saloon. Less syllables. Save us some oxygen. Yeah. So you head over to the temple here. And yeah, you when you enter again, this is the Temple of Life, as this whole complex is called. But you head down the path to the Temple of Selune here. As you walk in, Stavid, you see the same acolyte, it's probably appropriate, person that you were talking to the first time, which I believe was just yesterday, actually. So you bring, you walk back in. Question is Malignant coming with you on this one, or do you tell him to hang out at the Tulip?
I mean, unless anyone objects, I like having Malignant tag along.
Yeah. Cultural study.
Yeah. We wanted to learn about our world, so.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the concept of religion seems completely foreign to him.
Yeah.
Okay. You get the impression, it's shamans, and they probably have some type of deity figures where he's from, but this idea of organized religion was just like I said, it seems a little out there for him, especially with this idea of we have 6 temples right here together. That seems completely just seems kind of blowing away, kind of all these buildings, what is all the why is this all this together, so this whole concept to him is completely foreign. So yeah, he's not wide-eyed, but he seems a little more on edge as you enter the temple here. But yeah, that same acolyte sees you come in and comes over to you, Stavid, and says, you have returned. And I see you brought, are these the ones you spoke of?
Yeah, this is everybody.
Oh. Well, then I suppose I will go see if Moon Maiden Alvarel is available.
Thank you.
I had 2 weeks to come up with a name. Finally did it. So he bustles away, and after a few minutes, he comes back and he says, if you would follow me, please. And as he turns around, he turns back around and looks at Malignant. This one is a dreamer too?
No, he's just very interested in our land, our culture, our people, and things that have happened with his people recently may be related to what's happening here. So we may be able to help them as well.
And he looks at Blake. You mean no harm to this place? And Blake looks at him, then looks at you, Keldrin.
Oh, he's asking if you mean any harm. He doesn't understand that, of course, you don't.
I don't plan to hurt this building.
No, he doesn't plan to harm anyone in this building. Or anyone here in Cloudforth, for that matter.
Oh, all right. As long as all right. Just kind of turns around and I'll follow him into like an inner chamber of the temple and like to a side room, and he kind of stops at the door and motions for you to go in. And you head inside, and there's lots of Selune imagery, etc. in here. It's a beautiful chamber here. And he says, she will be with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Before we go into the temple, I say, this might be a strange ask, but I think that it's best that we don't mention my trip last night.
Okay.
And after a few more minutes, clearly not an acolyte walks in. She does seem to be a little more higher up than the acolyte, and she walks in, and she's an elven woman, and she just looks at all of you. Sorry guys, my lights just flickered, so we're having a storm here.
Oh.
So
Same here.
okay, we'll see if I get kicked off soon, because now I feel like I'm moving very slowly.
You are.
You are, yep.
Audio's good.
But the audio
Well,
is good. All right, so don't pay attention to the picture right now. Just go with the sound. So Jelly, am I still there?
No.
yeah, mostly.
Mostly. It's become a little crackly, but mostly still there.
Mostly still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. All right. Well, let me know if I get to where you can't understand me, and I'll stop and see where we are. So she comes in and she looks at the four of you, and she just seems to be kind of appraising all of you. She doesn't say anything. She's just seems to be looking you up and down, tilt her head a little bit. Doesn't seem to really pay Malignant much mind. And after, a few moments of this, she says, the blessings of Selune upon you.
Yes, thank you for those wonderful blessings.
So, I have been told that you have some I've been told that you have some, well, you've had some very vivid dreams, and and she looks at you, Stavid, and that you believe that they may connect somehow to both this holy place and maybe also to the Mistress of Night.
But yeah, mine in particular, the moon was a focus. Did any of the rest of yours have the moon in it? But all of the dreams are related, and Keldrin's has already proven that it gave him visions of things that hadn't happened yet, so, or that he'd never seen before. But then we've now seen, his dream of the ship that brought. I mean, he saw Malignant before we met Malignant in his dream, his recurring dream as well.
Yes, and I was in his homeland, which I have never seen, heard description of, or anything until I described it to Malignant, and he confirmed that that's indeed where he's from.
So you are a seer of things to come. This is hardly, I mean, it's rare, but it's not unique.
I never have been before until this dream.
Well, some people pick up talents later in life.
Well, if he's seeing things to come, I don't want to see my dream come. That's what has me nervous. If we are connected and these things are going to happen, mine's quite awful.
Yes, the covering of the moon is something that is quite awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Selûne's light should never be vanquished.
What would you know of the wayward stars? Mine spoke of those. Stars falling, stars missing.
I think from time to time stars do fall from the sky.
What could 3 arcs of lightning signify?
3 arcs of lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just a singular 3 arcs of lightning, or is... I would need more context.
Or context?
Yes.
There were 3 bolts of lightning radiating from a star. And then the 3 bolts of lightning arcing to the ground in a desert.
Desert, you say?
Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah.
I know not of this desert you speak of, is certainly nowhere on our fair continent. 3 bolts of lightning, and our well, symbolizes, if it is a symbol of a deity, it symbolizes Talos. Do you know of Talos?
I would know of Talos. I just have to look it up.
Yeah. I was trying to give you the official reading of it, but again, things are going very slowly over here. So you might look it up faster than I can. Talos is he's a being of wanton destruction, storms, and the like. Often known as the Storm Lord. And usually, well, yes, three arcs of lightning, or that's one of his symbols, if you will. So if we're reading this as, yes, if we're reading this as some type of something to be foreseen, then we're looking at something involving Talos.
And Shantia opposes Talos.
Very much so. Shantia represents life, as we all do, but even more so, that is her domain, and Talos does not represent life at all.
No. Helm has also battled Talos.
Ah, yes. Yes, the Guardian also is not a big fan of Talos' destructive ways.
And Talos was formed from a battle between Selune and Shar.
Yeah, that's the story anyway. But a desert, as you say, we don't have deserts in Isalia.
We don't. That struck me also.
Are you seeking a literal meaning to all of your dreams?
Well, we weren't until we actually saw one of the dreams manifest. And when Cauldron's
So the entire dream?
not the entire dream.
Not the entire dream.
Dreams?
No, there are pieces of it that
Well, I mean,
I have not seen happen. That would be.
I've interpreted mine as symbols. Like the lightning bolts aren't actual lightning bolts, but could be a symbol of Talos, for example. I don't anticipate seeing 3 bolts of lightning striking a desert in front of me.
It's my
if that makes sense.
Mine was less symbolic and more realistic seeming. And so it's already quite literal, I believe. So perhaps more what we are looking for is the connection between why we've all dreamed these dreams at the same time, why we've had our shared dream, and what the meaning of all these things together, taken together, might be, especially some particular commonalities between mine and Stavid's, and between Ollenius and Kater's, and then some perhaps the portents in the shared dream that we all had, which is the first time I ever can recall dreaming something exactly the same as 3 other people who I was acquainted with, but were not, before coming together because of these dreams. I mean, none of us knew each other exceptionally well. So somehow we've been brought together also by these dreams, for some reason.
Well, is interesting. So then, tell me about your dreams.
Kater immediately goes into his
Okay.
song and dance and goes through the whole thing.
Okay. You're getting really good at that.
It's gotten some practice lately, especially in the last 24 hours.
I mean, so do y'all relate to her?
Yeah, I'll relate the whole thing of mine, and
Yeah.
somebody will talk about the shared one. If no one else does, I will.
Yeah, Gustavo, I mean, she has a pretty good idea of yours because you had related to her already, but she didn't know necessarily like everybody else's. And you also do talk about the shared dream.
Yeah.
And you've experienced these dreams on multiple occasions, you say?
Yes. Recurred several times, different for all of us, but several times recently.
Well, I can certainly say that Felix David, your dream is by far the most distressing. But this shared dream you all experienced, you say on the same day, the same time?
In the same moment, in the same room.
That is unique. Sorry, I'm reading back over the words again.
And we met with what was the name of our Triton friend?
Belethan.
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 Mm-hmm. I met with Belethan. I don't know if you know the Triton.
Yes, our Triton visitor.
Yeah. How long's she been here?
40 years.
Okay.
Long visit.
Yeah, maybe not to an elf.
Well, yeah.
For what it's worth, she seemed very disturbed by Kater's dream.
Mm.
What the whirlpool is a omen of. She said it was, help me out.
Something that would even frighten an aboleth. Or the sign, the portent of an awakening of something that would frighten even an aboleth. So something far more powerful.
Oh. That does not seem good.
No, it seems quite bad, actually.
And did she have a recommendation for steps to take?
No, she needed more information, so she is seeking counsel with some of her people and trying to fill in what she doesn't yet understand.
Very good. Well, it seems that there is more to all of this than just random dreams.
Yes.
And you're seeing things that have not come to pass, or in your case, that have come to pass. But it is impossible to know what it all means. I would be, or I wouldn't be hesitant to think that the Mistress of Night's hand would not have some play, some piece, part of this. But there are things here that do not speak to the Mistress of Night. Talos, for example, your lizard folk friend here. Even the depths of the oceans. She does not usually have much to do with those. So either she is expanding her potential realms, which would be terrible, or there are other evils involved here. None of which sound particularly good for Isalia? Or you think this is more than just Isalia?
My desert dream makes me think that it's more than just a Salia.
Yes, and it seemed to be affecting Valignant's home as well, which is far away from here.
On a different world, right?
Yes, different world entirely.
Well, it seems like that there will be lots more prayer tonight.
Do you know anything about the people of Thrintra?
It is a strange land. It is very far from here. It's in many ways quite exotic, and it's very there's a very large swamp that dominates a lot of that land. And people, well, lots of people go into those swamps hunting.
Hunting?
Yes. It's some sport. I don't know. Um, they there are
Hunting's like
two.
their culture.
It seems to be part of what they. Seems part of who they are.
Fascinating.
There are two realms there that um, they do not see eye to eye. They've been on and off at war with each other for, well, beyond anyone's living memory. Um, but they occupy opposite sides of the continent, and so in some ways that keeps them from just laying waste to each other, I suppose. Seems to be a good bit of barbarism there. Does not sound like a pleasant place.
Are there any Thrintrans here in Cloudforth that you know of? Do they ever pass through? Do they visit here for any reason?
Not that I'm aware of. But then again, we don't get lots of visitors from faraway lands.
True.
Maybe it's from closer islands and some trade, but as you know, Threntra is mighty far away to receive guests, unless they should arrive in some magical means. And if that should happen, I'm not aware of it. Why do you ask about Threntra? You've mentioned nothing in these dreams you've been telling me about for the last hour.
Oh, which it sort of came up in another discussion we were having. Someone from Threntra who, I don't know, may help explain some of what's going on.
Someone from Threntra.
Yes.
That is quite a journey.
It is. But apparently this person did actually visit here some time ago. Moved on rather quickly.
And you believe if you were to find this person, then it would help you?
They may be able to enlighten some things for us, yes? Or at least help us understand a little more than we do now.
Well, how will you go about finding her? This person. I don't know if you ever said her. How will you go about finding this person?
That is an excellent question. From all we know, she was not here for long and disappeared without a trace after her brief visit. I don't.
How long ago was this?
Oh, a little more than a couple decades. 24 years ago, thereabouts.
That would be a hard trail to follow.
Yes, indeed it would.
With that much time, that person may not even be alive any longer.
This is true. Have you... Well... So... Is this something that... Well, these questions you have for me... I will certainly ponder them and go into prayer. I cannot offer that service to you unless there is unless you're able to cover the expenses for such a spell. It is not an easy task to do. But I will be in prayer with Selune tonight.
What's the cost?
Lot.
Such a racket. Caldron thinks to himself.
All right, I'm zipping it up. That's trying to see. I never found like a very good answer for this anywhere.
The cost of spells. They've got the thing on like
Yeah.
making scrolls, but that's not what we're asking here.
Yeah. Is, I don't know if y'all found anything or not. I found 14 different answers when I looked it up. In that brief moment I was looking it up. Yeah. It will require at least 500 pieces of gold to cover the cost, the casting, the components that are used.
What kind of components? I mean, yes, of course. Components, yes.
Quite a bit of incense and holy water and other things.
Yes, 50 gallons of holy water.
I mean, that's well outside what I can even.
Yeah, we're not even close. I'm guessing.
Well, we can't make any gold if we're stuck in Cloudforest. We need to get over to Threntra and make our fortune.
Guess maybe we.
She says, if you, this is well beyond your means, then I will be in commune with Selune, and you may return tomorrow evening, and I may have some interpretation or something that could help you, and I may not.
I guess that'll be fair.
I am concerned by all the things you have said, so I'm not taking what you say lightly. You've had too many coincidental things to be a coincidence. Not to mention you were the 4 that happened to be on the ship. So your coming here is not falling on deaf ears. I just do not know what Selune will reveal until I've had meditation.
Saloon guides our path through the night.
That she does. She will. If you have nothing else to reveal, if so, hopefully there is nothing else, then I will take my leave of you, and we will see what the moon shall reveal.
Look at Ollenius. Nothing else to reveal. Well, I will.
Yes, I think we've told you all that we know.
We'll swing back by tomorrow and see if we've learned anything new.
Very good. Then I hope your dreams are less troubled on this night. And may you go with Salune's blessing tonight.
Thank you. Go to bed. Go home. Go to bed.
Yeah, so we leave.
Yep.
Let the lady work.
Mm. It was very nice of her to give us her thoughts and prayers.
Oh, well
Sure,
played.
those will be very helpful.
Yes, thoughts and prayers for everyone. Yeah, so you leave, you head out, and you go back out down the path, and by now it's not late in the night, but it's getting on in the night. Yeah, I mean, it's still time, of course, to go to the Tulip and have a few drinks. I mean, obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you leave the Temple of Life, and you're heading down the road, heading towards the decks of the Tulip, and going to wherever it is you should sleep if you're not going to the Tulip for the night. And what's our passive perceptions?
17.
14.
It was 14.
13.
David, did you say yours? I'm sorry.
14. Yeah, 14.
14, okay. That was pretty good. But it's not actually. So you're heading down, and you heading down the road, and walking down the road, and there's people out and about, but generally they're heading either to heading somewhere for dinner, or heading to a bar, heading somewhere. Shops are closing, shops close up for the night. You see lights on in houses, some lights being turned out already. The general evening, and you get to one spot not far from here. I guess there's 5 of us. So, well, I'm gonna say 4 of us. I'm not gonna count Malignant. So Mike is 1, Josh is 2. All right, so there we go. On my screen, it's going to be Ollenius is 1, Keldrin is 2, Stavid is 3, Kater is 4. I don't know what order y'all are in, but that's what order I'm in on my screen. So the die is slowly rolling, and it's
4.
It's a 4. Great. So
Oh boy.
Have we been ambushed?
No.
what?
No one would,
Oh.
no one would do that.
Well,
Be
this is
rude.
Cloudforth. They don't just go around ambushing people.
No.
That would be rude. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna, based on the roll that we just had. Yeah, so y'all are kind of just like, and y'all were heading in the, like heading across this open square here. You walk past this groovy little statue that's here of somebody. And Kater, all of a sudden, make a, hold on. Yep. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
It was good. 8.
8 is not quite high enough.
For any
Suck.
saving throw.
Do what?
For any saving throw.
So, yeah, guys are just walking in the road. It hasn't rained much lately, but there's been a little bit of rain, so there's like a couple puddles here and there. And all of a sudden, just seemingly this puddle lashes out at Kater, and it actually kind of envelops him almost. Now you can still see him; he's not like covered, but it does. It just kind of like covers Kater. And Kater, you are restrained and unable to breathe unless you can breathe underwater. I don't know if it's a thing you can do or not. So yeah, so right now you're suffocating.
Right?
And yeah, so this thing is just like lashed out of the water and has covered Kater. And let's roll initiative. Or at least Kater should roll initiative.
Everybody else keeps walking.
Yeah, the rest of you don't have to, but yeah. I forgot how to do this. Ooh, it's not very good.
Mean water. That is some mean water.
Okay. Yeah, so this mean water puddle has and y'all can tell that yeah, I mean, like I said, you can see Kater, but obviously he is struggling. I mean, he looks like he's underwater, even though you can still see him through it. Yeah, so Stavid, what do you do?
I will try to reach in and pull. So where, the water, where are they?
They're sorry, good point.
I assume they became
He's actually he can occupy the same space. So he is in the same space.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna try and grab Kater.
Okay.
And pull him out of the water.
Okay. So we're gonna do a grapple check here. You're gonna try to essentially pull him out of his grasp.
Yeah. Is that just a
Athletics.
athletics check?
Yep. $17's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. So you actually 17. Yeah. You reach in and you grab Kater and you're able to pull him free from the grasp of the creature.
Yeah. Do I move him
water.
a square or something?
I think what I'll do instead is I'll just move the. Oh, I won't move. I'll move that one back to the puddle spot. But yeah.
Okay.
So or I'll move him beside it. So yeah, you kind of. Yeah, and you pull him out of the water, and the water like falls down, but then it immediately like coalesces into this thing. I mean, it looks like it as it releases Kater, like it looks like it looks like angry water, like it's water, but it almost has like a face, and it's almost like a howling face at you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do.
Keldrin.
Huh.
Can you mock mean water?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you mock mean
I mean,
water? Is
you
this
mock
mean water?
plants.
I don't even understand what is going on here.
Can you mock something if it doesn't speak your language?
Yes.
Yep.
I can.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you there yet?
But
Are you there yet to do that?
I don't know if that's what I'm doing because I don't understand how this puddle is attacking us. So
I forgot malignance. Add him to this.
this is very odd. All right. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see if this does anything. So I'm whispering something, but nobody else can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Only the mean water can hear it.
Okay.
And if it's a creature, then it's gonna have to make a wisdom save. I don't know if it's a creature, but I guess I'll find out.
Nope.
It's an ooze. Is that considered a creature?
It's an ooze
I mean-
creature.
Yeah.
I think so, because I think creature's
Yeah.
meant to be a
Yeah, like
Any
it,
organism.
right.
yeah, like it has a creature type, right?
Like it wouldn't work. Whatever he's doing wouldn't work on walls
right.
Right.
or creatures, but
But if it was an animated wall,
right, then it wouldn't work on constructs.
Constructs. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
I guess an ooze is okay. Just out of curiosity, what am I? You said a wisdom save?
Yes, a wisdom save.
What's gonna happen to me before I make this roll? Oh,
I'm whispering something that only it can hear, and it's gonna take.
okay.
If it fails the save, it's gonna take the full damage.
Okay.
It will have to get away from me.
Okay. So
If
there's
it passes the save, it takes half damage.
I got you. All right. So wisdom save. All right. Oh no, not. I rolled a 17.
Yep. So it'll take 5 psychic damage, and it doesn't have to run away from me.
Okay.
But I whispered something painful into its water brain.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. You're whispering into its watery brain.
Yep.
All right.
And
So
after,
looking at oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and after I whisper, but it's not just a puddle. It's a creature of some kind. It has a mind, I guess, sort of.
The Lignet looks at you. It's water.
It's a yes. It looks like water, but it's a creature, and it's not very nice. It wants to harm us.
But it's water.
Yes, I know. It's very strange, isn't it?
Yes. He seems a little like unsure what to do at this point.
I'm not sure what to do either. But don't drink it.
Yeah, so he's gonna talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ollenius, what are you doing?
Oh, I had a clever idea, but I just looked it up and you can't do it. I wanted to cast Destroy Water on it.
But it's a creature.
Yep.
It is a creature.
But it's a creature.
It is a creature.
Yep. It's not water.
Well, that would have been
It
fun.
would have.
But that's not how we-
Yeah. I don't have a giant sponge in my diplomat's pack, so
Right. Or a giant hair dryer.
yeah.
Dehydrate.
Yep.
Since I can't just cast Destroy Water on it,
I mean, you could cast it.
I mean, that's true. But I had three creatures of my choice within range. Oh, look at you, three creatures. All right, I am going to cast Bless on you three.
Cool.
That makes it so that whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to your attack roll or saving throw.
Appreciate it.
It's pretty groovy. Is that it?
I'll stand
Okay.
right there.
Kater.
All right. Kater will dodge around it, the other side, while pulling out a dagger and his pick stabbing it in its water back. Raging very angrily doing that. 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And can you sneak attack an ooze?
Yeah, it
Oh.
appears that way.
I'm good.
I don't,
And
I don't
I'll
see
do
anything
that.
that says- See, no.
So for
Yeah.
nine piercing.
Does you? What are you? You know, with a dagger?
Yeah.
So you're like stabbing into it.
Yeah, like ice pick stab.
Yeah. So like, as you can imagine, as you stab into water, you do kind of like slosh some water away.
Great.
But it didn't feel like you got real deep into the water. You didn't get as deep into the water as you thought you were gonna get. You know, like water just splashes on you. It's like,
I'm angry. I'm not thinking about it.
right? Yeah, I didn't think you were thinking much about it. Yeah. All right. So the mean water. Well, I guess I have to hit the thing that hit me. So I don't know if Stabbit is a sentinel or not.
No.
Not. Is that what you said?
No.
Okay. All right. Are you? You just got the. You don't have reckless yet, right?
No.
No, you just got it because of the flanking. Okay,
Right.
just making sure. All right. So this angry looking head of water here will try to do something to you, and will not do it very well.
No.
So it kind of lashes out like a watery arm at you, and clearly misses. But then another one comes from the other side.
Oh.
And side is a relative term here, but comes from somewhere else among its.
That one will hit. I was not expecting it to come from the other side.
From the other side. So it's 8 bludgeoning damage.
So I'll have to hear.
Yeah, so so it kind of reached over on this side, and you slid out of the way as the other one came from the other side and popped you in the face. So, and this is move. How intelligent is it? It's not uber intelligent. So Stabbit, you get an OA. As it tries to slither back into the puddle that it came out of.
Can you? I'm not sure I drew my sword. I probably should have. But I don't think I did. You can't do
punch
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just a punch.
1 plus strength damage. If you hit.
You can draw your sword
draw an
the
attack.
same time that you use it also.
That's part of a opportunity
Part of
attack.
a reaction though.
Oh, as an OA.
OA.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
not as a reaction.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll
Kick it.
I'm gonna kick it as it's going down. I'm gonna try and kick right through the water.
Kick the
Splash it
water, all
everywhere.
right.
So this
Alright.
is just is just a strength roll, or you get your plus?
Unless you're proficient in
Unarmed.
unarmed, then yeah, it's just a strength roll plus an extra 1d4 because we are blessed.
That's right. I mean, I don't know.
I think that would probably do it.
Uh,
That is, you have kicked some water.
Nice. And then I do D4 damage, or is it just 1 plus strength?
1 plus
1
strength.
plus strength.
All right, it takes 5 damage.
Bam.
5 damage.
Kicking, that's, yeah. Bludgeoning.
Yeah,
Punted that puddle.
a little splash effect. And we'll move back to the puddle. And as it goes into, like, it hits the puddle and it kind of goes into it, and you all watched it go into the puddle, but it looks just like a puddle right now.
Oh,
Mean puddle.
So stop it. It is your turn.
I will, I guess, just try and like kick and disperse the puddle as well as I can. I'm just gonna do it again. I'm just gonna kick through it, and try and spread the puddle around, and make it not one big puddle but lots of little puddles.
Okay.
So
you're gonna move up to it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Take that step forward. Is it a D4 or D6 that we get?
D4.
So I will tell you before you, as you already rolled, I was going to say, so it is actually considered invisible right now. So you are actually at disadvantage on the kick unless you flank with Kater, which then would cancel that out.
I don't feel like I need to flank a puddle. I don't know. But
Okay. Well then, it's
roll another D20. Did I get under 4? Or what did I get?
You got a 11.
I mean, you can if you want to follow the forms, but it's not really necessary.
That one will fail on its own.
I'll take the 11.
Okay. Yeah. So you go up and you kick.
I can't find my.
You kick the puddle, and you kick the puddle.
Sweet.
For one plus your so for 5.
Damage,
You feel like there's 5 damage to the
that puddle.
Yep. Kick the puddle. Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll draw my sword and get ready to, fight it if that happens.
Slash the puddle.
Slash at the puddle.
All right.
Hit it on the concrete, but.
All right. Keldrin.
Well,
it did actually flee away from you.
great to see it worked. My spell worked.
It must have worked. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so it's just a puddle.
It is just a puddle
right now.
It is. And I will tell you that if you want to use an action to be able to see it, it's an investigation check.
Oh.
So that will be your action. Your action to perceive it.
No, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to chill up to 1 cubic foot of water in that puddle with prestidigitation. I'm just gonna make it cold and see how it likes that.
All right. Okay.
See the puddle shiver.
Yeah. I'm making that puddle a real cold puddle.
Okay. It is a cold puddle.
Good.
Oh,
Take that.
Take that, buddy. Feeling it still not understanding what's going on.
I'm just making it uncomfortable, maybe.
It's a puddle of water.
But there's something alive in the puddle.
No, that was the water.
Well, there's water and then there's the living thing, and they look very similar.
No. Ollenius.
Who got whacked?
Kater got lightly tapped.
Lightly
Didn't seem to
tapped.
phase him much.
He's not bloodied or anything.
No. He's raging.
Oh, right.
He's an angry rogue.
Yeah. Ollenius, all right there.
It's got us surrounded.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, that's concentration also. Well, this is not concentration. No, it is. Okay. Can I just do guiding bolt at the puddle?
I mean, you have disadvantage either way, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd be at disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage.
That is how
How about 21?
very good way to roll disadvantage.
Yeah, that's a stellar hit. You have also hit the puddle. Wait, you rolled 10 on 46?
You know what? I did 10 damage. And maybe we should focus on that part.
There, that's a good point. My fault. You're right, you didn't.
The next attack made against the target has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target. Until then. And isn't that worth damage?
It very well could be. I think Kater's going to like it.
I mean, yeah.
Me?
Well, now I don't have disadvantage on the attack.
That's
Rather
right.
balanced.
Yeah. All right, Kater.
Just need my
The
character to load.
the slightly cold water just glowed with radiant light.
Yeah.
Don't know what's happening, but gonna leap up, jump up, and bring the dagger down into the puddle. Assuming I can get my character sheet to open. There you go.
Oh yeah. That's
Alright.
Good.
23.
7 piercing.
All right, yeah, you chop down into water and little
Right.
bits of water splash away.
Oh, but I don't
Damn
need. Oh, never mind. I was seeing if I can do sneak attack, but I have disadvantage on it. So I also have advantage. So no sneak attack.
You don't get sneak attack even with allies within 5 feet.
Well, so even with an ally within 5 feet, I don't need advantage, but I can't have disadvantage. I have
You don't?
disadvantage.
You don't have disadvantage,
I do have disadvantage. I just also have advantage, so I cancel out.
which means that you don't have disadvantage.
Storyteller's call. I could see it either way. I don't know how it hasn't come up in the
Ever
past 5 years.
since we started playing this game.
We've never fought a puddle, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
I
at
think
least
this is
a
the
rogue
first
has
time
never
we've fought a puddle.
This is the first time we fought a puddle.
Yeah,
We
if
fought
I
oozes
remember right.
before.
I don't ever recall fighting a puddle.
We fought an ooze before.
Yeah, but we just
We
ran
fought
around.
an ooze in the Witchlight.
We just ran around in circles shooting it with acid.
It's true.
It wasn't hiding, and we weren't rogues.
Well, so sneak attack reads that if you have disadvantage, right?
Right, yeah. Regardless of other effects.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing is if you would end up with advantage, even if you would end up with advantage, if there's any disadvantage applying to your roll, the sneak attack won't work.
Oh,
Right, so it's balancing out so I don't have to roll disadvantage, but I have disadvantage.
You're overcoming disadvantage.
Although
Exactly.
maybe
Therefore, I have it.
Although maybe let's see.
Looking for Crawford.
If circumstances there is something in the player's handbook about this.
Oh,
If circumstances cause a roll to have
Okay.
both advantage and disadvantage, you are considered to have neither of them.
oh,
So, for
Got
example, if the rogue has, you could sneak attack because you have neither.
well, then let's make that 10 piercing damage instead of 7.
That is
Yeah.
And 10 is plenty of damage to deal on a round.
What's that?
10 is plenty of damage to deal on a round.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't actually.
especially if you're rolling like 2 dice.
A D4 and a D6.
Yeah.
right. I got you. So you're not getting it because of the advantage. You're getting it because now allies are within 5 feet.
Right, and I don't have disadvantage because
You don't
apparently
have disadvantage.
you're not considered to have. I assumed you're considered to have both.
Yeah.
Apparently
You don't have
you
either.
You're considered to
I
have
thought, that
neither.
I thought that it was that one cancels the other out.
There you go. I was thinking about it wrong. There. So yes, 10 piercing damage,
All right. Well, that was
and possibly the cobblestone.
well. I guess we're gonna strike back here with whatever we have left.
Do it. Mean water.
The water's coming back out at you.
Do it.
Yeah, get back out here.
I guess it has advantage because it's technically invisible.
Yep.
Y'all didn't bother to try to find it. So.
We knew it
Yeah,
was.
it's in that
I
puddle.
made it glow.
You made the whole puddle glow. But
That would not do it. No.
that's not gonna do it. All right. Well,
I just got that other one. Let's see if I expect it this time. Yeah. No, I didn't expect it. Again.
it comes from different angles every time. Yeah.
Right. I dodged into it.
Yeah. Well, it'd been nice to have been able to hit with both attacks because then I could have done the other thing. But
Yeah. Too
I'll
bad.
flip over to that 2 or that 10. Well, take 5. So
We'll call
take
it that.
2.
That's true.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah, so it will lash out at you and hit you. And then it will drop back down into the puddle. Because right now that's the defense it has. Yeah. All right. See if I can survive this round. Stop it.
So it's in puddle form again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to hit my sword on the ground. How deep is the puddle? Do I feel like I can hit the puddle without?
It's like
Ruined
skim
your
it.
sword.
Yeah, I just want to like golf swing it, right? Like,
Slide through it, not jam it.
yeah.
I mean, you think if a good enough hit, you could probably do it.
All right, I'll go for it. I'll line up my golf swing. How do I do this? There we
So
go.
you're canceled out to just regular roll.
Regular roll. Okay. Well, am I canceled out?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're flanking a puddle of water.
Wait, well played. So I will just roll. All right, find the button. That's not great.
No.
I don't want to damage my sword. So I'm going to look for a little bit of guidance. A little bit of guidance from my
somewhere.
From somewhere here. See if it corrects me, gets my sword back on track. Roll that again. That's much better.
What? Have to roll
So,
again. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens, but a third hand comes out and pulls back a little bit to make sure that or don't just bash it on the concrete.
So everybody sees a third hand come out of you. Is that what you just said?
Kind of a shadowy, like
Okay.
I don't know, branches off from my arm, and it's like another arm that helps adjust the swing.
Sword. Yeah.
Yeah, adjust the swing so that it hits a little better. I guess we still get a D4 as well if we need it, but
I think you
roll
did
it. Got it.
Seems
27 should do it.
Definitely don't want to damage my sword. And then slashings.
Good.
13 slashing.
That's
Pretty good.
seems like a big number. Yeah, you've engulfed the water, and it's not really there anymore. Like the water is actually now spread out.
That was the
You
goal.
achieved your goal. Yeah.
Cool.
Dead water. Yeah, and after a tick or two, y'all realize like the water is no longer moving.
Comes back. What the heck was that?
No, it shouldn't be in town.
What? You recognize that thing?
It seemed like some sort of a slime type creature. That should be in a cave or someplace. It shouldn't be in town.
Seemed like a hostile puddle to me.
So it was a very angry puddle.
Oh god, it's gonna make me be all jumpy now.
I know, I guess we have to keep our eye out for more puddles.
I took for granted that those sorts of things didn't move into those sorts of areas.
You've seen them before?
I haven't
Where-
seen that before, but I mean, that's a creature that would be out in a natural area, not in a town.
And as you look at it, like it has now been, like I said, dispersed, but it's still like it's not a body, but obviously like when you kill something, the body falls to the ground. Like it's clear there are still like pieces of something on the ground here that's not like water where it's just kind of like floating to the cracks of the street. Like it's kind of sitting on top, and it's been dismembered, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's been, y'all done a good job of chopping it into pieces. I mean, it's not like it's like flowing into the street or flowing back into a puddle. It's kind of, there's a piece over here, there's a piece over here, there's a piece over here. See,
Well, then
building
also
up.
Just sort of
poke part of it with
Yeah,
the bare finger.
poke
See if
one
it
with a
burns.
toe.
Melania just reaches down and like picks up a piece.
Yeah, don't drink it though, or eat it. I know it looks like water, but it's not water. It's some kind of creature.
We-
I don't, maybe
we
you
don't-
can eat it.
We don't eat our enemies here.
I mean, you can. If that is what you usually do after a battle, then by all means.
Well, I mean, some things we don't eat. He said this was water.
It's not. It's more like a jellyfish.
Just drop it.
I mean, you'd probably be okay. I don't really know for sure.
No, we wouldn't. That's gross.
I mean, I don't think it would taste good. Well, I could make it taste good.
And
If you
chill.
can cook it correctly, I'm sure it'll taste good.
I mean, would you like me to warm some of it up and see?
I think that's a bad idea. It could be poisonous.
It might be poisonous.
Ooze, like that just, yeah. I wouldn't do that. There's plenty of water. You want water.
He just shrugs.
We haven't been drinking a lot of water.
He like seems like he looks at Staben now, and he points at Staben. You see that?
See what?
The arm.
Oh, yes, I did notice that. Yes.
Neat trick.
It is a neat trick. Stavid, he was just noticing the trick you did with the extra arm that came out.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all had any. He named something that you've never heard of here.
I'm not familiar with that term.
Three. He points at Stop. Three. Arm comes out.
Is that you've seen that before?
Well, not look like that, but I mean, no, not like that, but I saw another arm. There's 3 arms.
Yes.
I haven't seen anyone else around here with 3 arms.
No. That is. I haven't seen him do that before either. So I don't know if that's new or. Stelvin, is that a new thing that has started happening, or?
I mean, it's been happening for a little while. I can't really control it.
It just
but
sort of happens sometimes.
yeah, I mean when it happens at good times. I mean, if I feel something happening, but yeah, I'm trying to work on it and figure out how to get control of it.
That would probably be good.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's not always just an arm either.
What do you mean?
What? Wait, what else?
I mean, it's been more always, like person, but like sometimes it's even been, yeah, the whole form comes out.
Like another one of you?
Kind of, but different. It's more shadowy. Kind of like a, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's kind of how I think of it, at least. Kind of like a shadow that can actually hit and push and pull and do all sorts of things.
Oh,
I know
wonderful.
some people have like gathered kind of on the edge of they're like curious, they're like, what's going on over there? What's going, they're I mean,
Put my sword away.
yeah.
Excuse me. In the past few hours, has it rained here at all? We were inside for a while and didn't know. Has it rained?
No, I mean, no, not really.
I didn't think so. Thank you.
Are you okay,
Oh,
mister?
yes, we're fine. Just stopping to chat on our way along to the tulip.
All right. Go about their way.
So it hasn't rained, and somehow this puddle just mysteriously formed here, right where we were walking.
Still slightly cold in that spot too.
Do you think that this was placed here for us, or do you think that this was incidental?
I'm starting to think that nothing is incidental. Just with the way things have been going.
I don't like having creatures in town like this. This should never have been in Cloudforth.
No, certainly not.
But how would they know that we're here?
And who are they?
Also true.
Mm-hmm. More questions.
We're just attacked by somebody.
Who did seriously underestimate what we were capable of.
So
that's good. But yes, if that is the case, it would suggest that someone else out there does know something or suspect something.
we can scrape this up and we can bring it to somebody for them to tell us about what this is. I don't even know what good that would do. Would that give us a clue? If we knew more about this creature, would that give us a clue of where to look for our assailant? Because they would have had to get it up this creature.
Possibly. No harm in trying to find out more about it, I don't think.
It would be interesting if it's not from here.
Yes.
All right, so let's scoop up the stuff.
Take a sample.
Yep.
Sample of living water. Throw it in a bag.
Back of a shield. But yeah.
What did you say? You put it on your shield?
Yeah. Does it start
Bling it.
destroying your
Like it's
shield?
on a tray.
Like a platter of ooze.
Malignant just nods. Says, "Oh, you keep enemy like prize."
No, we need to learn.
We're going to try to
Oh,
find out more
we'll do
about it.
that.
Yeah. We're going to try to find out more about it. Where it came from, if someone sent it here for us, who that might be. Things of that sort. This enemy's far too unworthy to be taken as a prize.
Oh,
Lowly
Then we-
puddle.
then we eat it.
I mean, if you want to try some, I say go ahead. I don't know what will happen, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
You'll try with me.
Uh, sure.
Okay, let's go to Tulip. Eat water monster.
Yes, wonderful.
And again, y'all heard like couldn't understand any of that, and then y'all heard tulip. Like, he got that one down.
Yep.
He's like, I know how to say tulip. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And so we head to the tulip, and we head there for the night, and we'll pick up with the next time.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. We'll, I don't know what's going on next week. I know at least one of us is not going to be around. So, if we do have anything, it might be a monster hunter or something else. We'll see. But hopefully we'll be back in 2 weeks with more D&D and find out what an ooze puddle monster tastes like. So, whatever you want if you have prestidigitation. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Good night.